Someone in your office is quietly outplaying you right now. Every man who's ever been betrayed at work made one mistake. He thought office politics weren't real. Right now, someone in your office is using Machiavellian tactics against you, and you don't even see it. While you're playing fair, they're playing to win. A game Machiavelli decoded 500 years ago in The Prince. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot those tactics and turn them into your advantage. In the next few minutes, you'll learn 3 ruthless strategies Machiavelli used, principles that decide who rises and who gets crushed. You'll discover why 40% of employees are destroyed by office politics, while a small percentage of men use these same dynamics to dominate the hierarchy. Miss this, and you'll stay trapped in a game you don't even know you're playing. You've worked harder, you've stayed late, you've delivered results, and yet, someone else gets the promotion. You tell yourself, it's office politics. That's not the excuse. That's the diagnosis. You're not losing because you're not capable. You're losing because you're not calculating. Here's what most men don't understand. Office politics isn't a distraction from real work. It is the real work. A 2025 study published in BMC Health Services Research, analyzing 363 healthcare workers, found something that should terrify you. Nearly 1/3 of why people quit their jobs isn't the work itself. It's because they lost the political game. The exact number? 31.7% of the variance in turnover intentions is explained by organizational politics alone, and 40% of employees admit that office politics negatively affects them, not because they're weak, but because they don't understand the rules. They think competence alone wins. It doesn't. Machiavelli warned in The Prince, the lion cannot protect itself from traps, and the fox cannot defend itself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. In your office, there are 2 types of threats. The trap, subtle manipulation, credit theft, reputation sabotage. This is the fox's domain. The wolf, direct aggression, open power plays. This is where you need to be the lion. Most men are taught to be lions. Work hard, deliver results, earn respect through competence. That's half the game. And when you only play half the game, you lose. Be only the lion, you get trapped. Be only the fox, you get eaten. You need both. But here's where it gets darker. The manipulative win, because they understand human nature better than you do. Organizations don't promote based solely on merit. They promote based on perceived value and political capital. If your colleague is positioning himself as indispensable to your boss, even if his results are weaker than yours, he's building political capital while you're just working. You're the lion, focusing on strength. He's the fox, setting traps. And when promotion time comes, the fox wins. Let's decode the psychological warfare happening in your office right now. 3 core laws drive every workplace power game. Mechanism number 1, the perception game. Machiavelli wrote, "The first opinion which one forms of a prince and of his understanding is by observing the men he has around him." Translation: people don't judge your work, they judge your alliances. If you're isolated, even if you're the best performer, you're perceived as weak. If you're connected to power, you're perceived as valuable. The man seen with power becomes powerful. Visibility is more powerful than merit. If your boss doesn't see your wins, they don't exist. Mechanism number 2, the resource control principle. In every office, power flows with information. Every time someone controls access to the boss, positions themselves as the go-to person, or takes credit for team wins, they're accumulating power resources. Machiavelli referred to this as securing oneself with the nobles. In modern terms, align with those who control resources and make yourself indispensable to them. This is the part most men completely miss. Mechanism number 3, the fear versus love paradox. Machiavelli's most famous principle: it is far safer to be feared than loved. In the workplace, this translates to being nice equals being exploited. Your colleagues will use your resources against you. Being competent and assertive equals being respected. You set boundaries. You defend your territory. Nice guys get used. Competent men get respected. Don't be liked. Be necessary. Now, let's talk tactics. Here's how you apply Machiavelli starting Monday morning. Let me make this painfully clear. Strategy isn't a mindset. It's a method. Strategy number 1. The dual nature protocol. Be fox and lion. Machiavelli's core teaching. One must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. As the fox, defensive intelligence. Identify who controls access to your boss. That person is either your ally or your enemy. There's no neutral. Monitor who gets invited to which meetings. Exclusion is the first sign you're being isolated. Track who's taking credit for collaborative work. Document your contributions in writing. As the lion, offensive dominance. Defend your territory instantly. If someone takes credit for your work, correct it immediately, calmly, and publicly. Establish boundaries. When someone tries to dump work on you, say no. Politely, strategically, but definitively. Form visible alliances. Be seen with people in power. Contribute in the meetings that matter. Your colleague Bob always presents team wins in Monday meetings. Meetings you're mysteriously never invited to. As the FOX, you notice the pattern. You realize Bob is positioning himself as the team leader to your boss. As the lion, you don't stay silent. You email your boss directly. I wanted to give you a breakdown of my specific contributions to the Q3 project Bob mentioned. Here's the analysis I led, the client strategy I developed, and the implementation I owned. Happy to walk you through the results in our next one-on-one. Fox sees the trap. Lion defends territory. Bob can't steal credit you've already claimed with documentation. But here's where most men make the critical mistake. Strategy number 2. The strategic silence doctrine. Control information flow. Machiavelli advised, never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. In workplace terms, don't reveal your full strategy. Control what people know about you. Tactical application. Stop oversharing your plans. If you're working on a high-visibility project, don't announce it to the whole team until it's complete. Why? Because someone will try to either steal it or sabotage it. Share selectively. Give your boss visibility into your wins, but don't broadcast them to colleagues who might feel threatened. Create information dependency. Become the person who has critical knowledge others need. You're developing a new client acquisition strategy. Weak approach. You share all your ideas in team meetings to collaborate. 3 weeks later, your colleague presents his strategy to your boss. It's 80% your ideas. Result, he gets credit. You get used. Strategic approach. You work on it independently. When it's 90% complete, you present it directly to your boss in a one-on-one meeting. I've been working on this strategic initiative. Here are the projected results. I'd like your feedback before I roll it out to the team. Only after your boss has approved it do you share it with the team. Result, you get credit. You control the narrative. And here's the final, most ruthless principle. Strategy number 3. Controlled reputation management. Never be hated, always be necessary. Machiavelli's warning, avoid becoming hated or despised. But he also said, the end justifies the means. The tactical balance. Be respected, not loved. Don't try to make everyone like you. Try to make everyone respect your competence and your boundaries. Be necessary, not disposable. Own a critical project, relationship, or skill that makes removing you costly to the organization. Be visible, not invisible. Make sure the people who control your career know your value. Document wins. Request feedback meetings. Be strategic with alliances, not loyal to everyone. Align with people who can advance your position. Let's bring this together. Office politics will destroy you or elevate you. The difference is whether you understand the game. Here's what you now know that 95% of men don't: the dual nature protocol. Be fox to recognize traps, lion to defend territory. The strategic silence doctrine. Control information flow. Don't reveal your full strategy. Controlled reputation management. Be respected, not loved. Be necessary, not replaceable. Machiavelli didn't teach cruelty. He taught clarity. His principles aren't 500 years old. They're timeless. Because human nature hasn't changed. Power dynamics haven't changed. The men who rise aren't always the hardest workers. They're the men who understand that competence is only half the equation. The other half is positioning, alliances, visibility, and strategic control. So here's my question for you. Which of these 3 strategies surprised you the most, and which one are you testing Monday morning? Comment below. Tell me your biggest office politics trap. I read every single one, and I want to see how you're going to apply these Machiavellian principles. If you found this valuable, hit the like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more tactical breakdowns of dark psychology and strategic power. This is the strategic mind. Master power. Dominate strategically.